Can I get a hot damn? You've been on my. Can I get a nut? You've been on my stick. Can I get? See, you'd think I'd be listening to music, guys, but I'm not. Just humming melodies that come into my head, right? So it happens to me all the time. Used to be a superstar musician. Now I'm just a superstar. Kind of sucks, but you know, you win some, you lose some. Guys, welcome back to the Code Chronicles. It's your lovely host Pags, and boy, are we in for a treat today. And do you know why? Do you know why we're in a treat today, or in for a treat today? Because we got another beautiful episode. Things are still happening. Feeling great. Absolutely exhausted. I will be honest. Absolutely exhausted. I had a honeydew meeting today. Did so much. Chatted with one of my buddies. Chatted with David at Honeydew. Great guy. Worked on this. Did a bunch of other videos earlier. Worked out. Ran the hill. Just constantly moving. So let me. I won't expose everything. Keep my mouth shut. On one thing I don't want to tell you guys. I won't tell you. But yeah, you know, just keeping the ball moving forward. You know what I mean? Oh, I've been exposed. This is supposed to be in my headphones, not out in the public, guys. That's what I'm listening to now, though. I'll give you a little taste. Hold on, let me turn the microphone. That's juicy. That is good. Come on now. Okay, so let me just turn it down a dash and let's dive into the project, guys. We are back to building the project management solution. You can see we got a 3D model with spline, looking proper, looking pretty. I logged in, so let's go ahead and go to the dashboard. Are we not running? What's going on? What is going on? Yeah, guys, so pretty ecstatic. Let me at least just check the battery real quick. All right, sweet. We're at 40%. Looks like we got enough time. I'm sometimes recording, doing it for like an hour. Phone will be gone. It'll be absolutely dusted. Yeah, let's go ahead and see what's going on here. We got some clerk provider errors. So, okay. I don't know if that has something to do with fetching the user. Higher order component issue. All right, we'll dive into it. But so there's a few things I wanted to do. One is integrate tRPC finally. You know what I mean? I've been avoiding that for so long. The others make this a PWA officially, one of the two. So either that or work on this upper bar component. We worked on this last time where we integrated a use transition hook, excuse me. Guys, like I said, I'm absolutely exhausted. So my English my lips aren't moving as I'm anticipating them to. So, but we use this use transition hook and it came out great. So we can click on a user action and the user can click another action without it interrupting the previous action. So very powerful stuff. It gives our user a little bit of a visual, lets them know that something's being clicked. So I kind of want to do the base top bar. Oh golly, I do not like, you would think I don't have the videos lined up. Sometimes the audio on my phone will like weirdly recording gaps where it'll outpace the audio from Logic. It's weird how it does that, but then there's other times where my computer lags too. So it's like, like I'm dealing with like 3 different variables, right? Like I got the Logic audio, I got this screen, and then I got the screen recording, and they're kind of 3 different. So forgive me if it's not perfect all the time. You know what I mean? I'm just trying my best, guys. I'm trying my best. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. We constantly run into this issue where the user's not getting fetched all the time. I don't like it. I really don't. So I kind of want to build a custom hook that always fetches the user, or we got to look into our user store, which I thought we were setting the user from the clerk user bridge that I built, but it seems to be having an issue, and it seems like we're not using the user store here. Let me look into this. Clerk user bridge. Yeah, I feel like we can use the user store. You can hear me type, and it's like, now it'll all go. That's so crazy. So, okay, let me delete it. Let's try one more time. Use user store from stores and user dash store. Okay. There it is. Let me instantiate the store. Guys, I really need to get a new laptop at some point or figure out something. It would be so awesome to do this full time. I would be heaven on earth, just doing this all the time. If I could buy new gear, if I can buy some background shenanigans for you guys, like some sort of entertainment and still get code done, like just be awesome. Let's see, we got profile, I believe. Was it just first name? Let's see. Because the clerk user bridge gets mounted, so it should fire off all of our profile commands. So in theory, we should have access to the users, which gets set in our user store, I believe, guys. Not right all the time, just 100% of it. Bad joke. Not at all right all the time. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'll build something out in my brain. It like works perfect in my head. Put it to practice. Okay, let's see. So user store, let's go ahead and console log this. See what we're working with. User store, okay. Get it running through the code block. I do that out of habit of working with Vue, that I always refresh because you have to do that in Vue, but I realize in React, I need to remember in React, it's always running through the code block. So it's a little different. But let's see how long it takes for the profile to show up, because this has been an issue before. User data. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and use this episode to build out the top area as best as possible. So we'll include the project selector component. Yeah, let's configure this user situation. So I'm trying to think. So the clerk user bridge gets mounted. All it does is just pull down the user. The delay is brutal when everything's going on. Gosh, let me tell some more stories. Ooh, I could tell some bad, just horrible simp stories. Maybe I should have a series of simp stories or something. That'd be so funny. It'd be painfully brutal. We all got them. We all got it. Like, let's be honest, we all got them. Yeah, maybe I'll tell one. I'll tell one actually, maybe I shouldn't, because I'm in a very, very lovely relationship now. So I don't want to tell some stories, but I'll think of a way to say it. Maybe I could share the story of I've got 3 bad ones, actually, like bad ones. All right, what's going on here? Let's do the old Nintendo cartridge trick. Sign in, sign out. Yeah, I'm just debating if I go down that path or not. I feel like I should, because it would be good content, great stories, good relatability. You know, 10 out of 10 on all that stuff. But might absolutely put me in some hot water. The lovely girl I'm with now, but she's amazing. She's not that type to get too buttered up about stuff, but it's actually me more so where I get a little more in my head and overthinking and stuff. But I feel like I should tell the stories because they're damn good stories. But yeah, it just sorry guys, I gotta sit on it. But one day I will tell them. Okay, let's see. We're waiting on the user, loading user data. Come on. No. I'm gonna go to the dashboard real quick. I just don't understand. I feel like the top nav, the users see there. Let's see. I do want to talk about interesting topics though. Maybe other life events. I broke my nose a few times. That's not been a very fun thing. I've also had it fixed a few times. I've had 2 rhinoplasties and the other one too, where they like fixed the deviated substance. I broke it playing lacrosse. I broke it getting hit in the face as a kid. I got in a fight. I was playing basketball with my buddy Keith. We were in like 3rd grade, and this kid was talking so much shit to my buddy Keith. And Keith is an athlete. Like, that kid is fastest kid in the world, like absolute athlete, right? And he's talking crap. Oh, you suck, all this stuff, and you know, that's my boy. That's who I grew up with, and you know, we were really close as kids. So I get in this kid's face, and I'm talking crap to him back. Bro, you suck. You SUCK. Boom! He just sucker punched me right in the nozzle, man, right there. Right. Couldn't even spell the word suck. You know, didn't even let me finish. Just boom, right in the kisser. And we started fighting, and obviously I pulled apart in 2 seconds. But yeah, I was a kid that got in little rough houses all the time as a little kid. All right, this is not going very well, folks. We're gonna at least try to integrate tRPC. Golly, swap goals. Okay, we do have tRPC client. From what I understand, you build a folder structure basically in our APIs route. So pages/API. Where are we at? Pages/API, boom. And it would go in here, I believe. And then we'd have all of our subdirectories there. We're definitely gonna pull up in ChatGPT. Let's go ahead and do that. Sorry guys, I get a little frustrated when I have to deal with computer slowing down, and then I'm like still trying to just see the console log. It's very frustrating for me. So it's a little faster for me to like integrate stuff, and then I'll do that when I'm not screen recording and doing all these other things. Let's see, tRPC client. I see, I did it twice. Okay. So yeah, Chester, he's actually been looking into getting this. I think it's like a MacBook Pro. Let's see, I hit copy and paste. Oh, there it goes. Okay. But let's see, Apple, Mac. It's not a Mac Pro, excuse me. It's like a box. Like it's like the Mac Mini, I believe. While that's downloading, yeah. This is what he's been looking into. So pulled my attention to it. Seems to have all the good specs, and it's cheap. It's just, you just plug it into your monitors, right? So don't have to worry about too much. All right, so let's see. It's also saying with Zod. That's how to use it with Zod. We're not going to integrate Zod quite yet. We will though. I definitely want to. Well, let's initialize tRPC backend. It's a good convention. This to do a separate file export. Let's just go ahead and ask ChatGPT, how do I integrate tRPC in my Next.js app? Boom. Let's see. So const init tRPC server.ts. I guess we could try to build that, see how that goes. So it's a server. And it looks like we built a tRPC.ts file. Boom, bada bing. Let's copy and paste. Drop that in. Great. Step one, crushed it, folks. Absolutely crushed it. ChatGPT has something else to say. It's similar, but just a little different. So I'm sure this one's out of date compared to the docs. So let's go ahead and create router instance. First, we already did that. And then next we'll initialize our main router instance, commonly referred to as app router, which we'll later add procedures to. Lastly, we need to export the type of router, which we'll later use on the client side. Okay, so looks like server/index.ts. Let's give that a go. I thought I was typing. Okay. We all heard the keyboard. All right, so add a query procedure. Here we go. tRPC, boom. Import DB from database. So do I need to import a Mongo instance because I'm using Mongo? I would not like that, to be honest. But there's no way. They've had to have thought that through with Prisma for sure. tRPC and Prisma go together like PB&J, folks. Come on. Okay, so public. Let's see. We're still public procedure from tRPC. Okay, we're gonna pop that in. Import DB from database. I bet it'll maybe tell us to do the database in a sec. Do we skip a step? No. Okay. Or is this all supposed to be in a node server file? That's what I'm wondering. Let's see, const app router. I need to ask Eddie. He's such a smart dude with this stuff. Him and Jay. They're these two guys who they run a meetup in Austin, Texas. And the meetup is, let me just go ahead and copy this all down then. The meetup is called Next.js. And we go there and we talk about Next.js. They're always telling everybody to use tRPC and how it's the future. Const app router, okay. So using input parser to validate procedure input. To implement the user by ID procedure, we need to accept the input client. tRPC lets you define input parsers to validate and parse the input. You can define your own instance, define your own input parser or use validation library choice such as Yod, Yup, or Superstruct. You define your parser. We'll use Zod, by the way. You define your input parser, public procedure.this. Okay. App router. Looks like we need to import Zod. We need to download Zod. Looks like we're validating our input. I must have downloaded Zod already. I don't remember that. Zod is declared but never used. Golly, folks, how far are we? We're 19 minutes in. Nice. Making some time. Wants to wait. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay, so instead of importing that Prisma client and then that'll be my database. Got it. Here we go. I think this is how to work. Prisma, new, boom. Wait, how do we do it in our endpoints? I think it's, let's see. Prisma client. There it is, Prisma client. Thought so. Boom. It's not just Prisma, golly. Okay, Prisma client. Boom, boom, boom. Look at that. Okay, so then const user equals this. I think I'm getting it. So it wouldn't be database. It would be my Prisma dot user, right? And instead of find by ID, would I go find mini? Maybe I say where input equals like user ID or something. Shooting off the hip, guys. Shooting off the hip. Because I guess I'm not fully comprehending what tRPC is supposed to be doing. I will, but I'm not fully understanding because, and someone else had the same thing I was thinking at the meetup, which was why would you not just use the Next ATX or the Next router that comes with Next? But maybe because you can't validate stuff potentially or something. I'm unsure. Let's go ahead and look at this real quick. Server.ts, server.in. New backend on the client, tRPC client. Okay, so this is not, okay, so I should not be importing Prisma client, I don't believe. I just don't understand what I'm gonna do with my not database, you know what I mean? Like I don't have DB, so I feel like that should be Prisma, but this is supposed to be on the server side, so I'm thinking, but also reading. Adding mutation procedure, okay, so it looks like you can mutate objects this way. Nice. Create user, still creating a user. Looks like in a pretty standard fashion. Okay, I see. So user by ID. These look like methods, I suppose. Let me go ahead and copy this here. Looks like you pull down your method and stack them type thing. So boom. And it looks like we have our other thing and then const app router is not being used, so that's probably why. But if we do this, I'm sure it'll stop throwing an error at us. Const export default app router. Nice, folks. I think we're like a chicken getting kicked out of the nest, and one of the wings is flapping right now. You know, we're almost two wing flapping. Almost two wing flapping. You know. Okay, so server API. Boom. So we get to validate the route, like the actual API where all the data is going in and out of. So that's powerful. That's important. Serving the API. Now that we have defined our router, we can serve it tRPC, has many adapters, so you can use any backend framework of your choice. To keep it simple, we'll use standalone adapt. This is all supposed to be an index. Let me just double check these. Server.ts. Oh, you know what? My bad. My fault. Server.ts. Are these not supposed to be in this folder, or am I supposed to? I really just want to see Eddie's code base. I'd probably be able to tell pretty quickly on how to use tRPC. Get server-side props, all this stuff. Okay, ChatGPT here, giving us a little bit of more guidance, I think, on how my brain's seeing it. So here's our routers. So like pages/API, boom, just like this. This is how I thought it was. So in the API directory, you have a tRPC folder, and then you start putting your endpoints in your tRPC folder. No different than Next router, but just a little more defined type safety from what I understand. Utils tRPC, and then yeah, like more endpoints if we want to use a post request. And then let me see, I guess, how would I use this with Prisma? Boom, let's see, because this is not making the most sense for me. You set up the clients. Okay. So setting up tRPC with Prisma. So we got routers/post. Looks like I need to build a routers folder. We'll keep the server folder there for now. I know it has errors in it, but let's just do this real quick, see what we can come up with. So you instantiate your Prisma client, import Zod, it looks like. Posts.ts, but is this like one of our endpoint, or this is just a router for the posts endpoint, I imagine, right? But this is why it's like I would almost just prefer, obviously we don't have post things, so that's not a big deal. We'll just say user, use that for now. And instead of, these are actual types, user and user ID. Don't know why we're getting a user error, so we'll say post user, how about that? Is that what it said? Post router, oh, user router, duh. Okay, so these will get users. And why is it's not liking this very much? Don't know, guys. Don't know. Gosh, it'd be fun to tell some stories on this way of exchanging data with you guys. This information flow. We had the funniest jokes. It was me and my buddy Yogi at church, and he brought one of his work buddies. His name was Austin. All three of us were just cracking the funniest jokes. This dude Austin's so funny. He's like, I swear, all IT guys we're like all autistic, and we're paid for IT, but we're so bad at exchanging data, like verbally and stuff. It was just one of those moments. You got to be there. It was so funny. He made a good point. Sorry, Austin, just threw you on his bus there, but it was so funny. Okay, so we have our routers post, or our users router for right now. Then it looks like I could build an endpoint in a tRPC. So I go to Pages, API, and it looks like I built a tRPC directory. And then now I can build out our endpoints that we're typically accustomed to. Maybe the folders and stuff here too, but what does he have? tRPC. But this is kind of where it gets a little bit, for me, I'm not seeing the utility quite yet, personally. Ironically, as we're moving to the utils folder, the utilities. Oh, the irony. Oh, the irony. Okay, so utils, and we'll say tRPC, boom, here we go. And using tRPC in your components. Okay, so it looks like you pull in tRPC, then pull in the query you want for your component. Got it. So this might be where the juiciness is how just easy it is probably to query data, because now you don't have to do like endpoints and all this other stuff. Potential post query. So this would be like our user query, but this is kind of worrying me, because this is like outdated. Then all this must be outdated if we're just getting basic errors here. So unfortunately, I will have to go back to the doc. But let's think. So tRPC setup client. Maybe I can see like a tRPC app directory, Next.js example. How about that? Maybe if there's a GitHub deal, here we go. tRPC, simple safe. I'll watch that tonight. I don't want to watch that right now with you guys. That guy's great, by the way. I've watched Jack Harrington. I've watched a lot of his videos. He's fantastic. Really, really good at explaining stuff. Okay, so let's view the code. Go to the src folder. This doesn't look like the same directory that we're working with, but that's okay. Go to the app directory. Looks like he's got some stuff going on in the app directory. Small working example. Okay, server component. Let's see, tRPC provide. I feel like it shouldn't be this complicated, I guess. Next create. Okay, so apparently it's still the hype, right? Like a lot of people, they say this Next tRPC Prisma kind of combo. Some people are looking into Drizzle now, but the community has definitely made some noise around tRPC, TypeScript with Next.js, obviously, and then it's like the T3 stack, right? TypeScript, tRPC, and I forget the other one, but and then Prisma as well. Go into the source folder in your Next.js project, but we don't even have a source folder. But we can go to the app folder and let's build a tRPC.ts file. I see. So I haven't. Let's clean up all that other stuff too, real quick. So I'm going to delete all the other tRPC stuff that we were doing. So the server, the router, the post, our pages directory. Even though I think we're going to need that in a moment here, but I don't want to deal with all of that right now while we're integrating new tech. We're going to stick on one approach at a time and then delete these others if they don't work. So do I need to install this server? So install, yep. Okay. So tRPC server, that's important. Looks like, and hands from React query. Not familiar with React query, not yet at least. And then I'll just type in npm run dev. Let's go ahead and get that in there too. Oh, importing this server. So it should get the underline out of our way now that we've downloaded it. Inside your server, your src server, build a file. Okay, so we'll build server here, and then we'll build an index and pop that in to, as not liking it, ./tRPC. So do I need to have a tRPC? Was the last one supposed to go into the server? Oh, it is. Okay, got it. Nice, move it over. Okay. Makes sense. I thought we downloaded the server. We did. Great. Went away. Nice. Okay. We import the public procedure and router function defined inside the tRPC.ts file. So it looks like we need to define stuff in that file. Guys, I'm gonna close out of all of these things. Just clean up our workspace real quick. And I'm just gonna focus on all this tRPC. So server, index, and tRPC. Go ahead and click that as well. Okay. Pop these up. Nice. This would be sick to get tRPC integrated. So let's go ahead and see. Next, we can create an app router, which acts as a hub for your API procedures. Inside the app router, I define trivial data or get data and set data function for tutorial's sake. In the set data function, the code input z.string ensures the input data is validated using Zod, maximizing endpoint security and developer experience. So just making sure that that input is in fact string. So go inside your app directory. We're going to go inside the pages directory. Maybe I want to swap this over at some point, but I guess we'll do this now then. So we'll go to the pages or the app directory. We'll build a tRPC, and in the tRPC directory, looks like we have a tRPC, another directory, and I believe that'll be kind of the thing that routes us. And then we have our route dot. It looks like I popped that in there. So maybe we can go like this. Boom. Checks out. Great. This increases API endpoint that is called a procedure or when a procedure is run, excuse me. Configuring tRPC for client side and server side. Ooh, spicy. My grandpa, when he would eat anything with like pepper on it and stuff, he'd be like, ooh, that's spicy. God bless Daryl's heart, man. What a great guy. It would be anything. Orange chicken from Panda Express. Oh, that's spicy. Grandpa, that's orange chicken. Oh, no, it's spicy. All right, back into so inside the app directory, create a folder called _tRPC. Got it. And with a file called client, go ahead and pop that in there, client.ts, and looks like we're gonna pop in some of this. Okay, React query, good to go. We got our router set up, it looks like. Const tRPC, create tRPC React app router. Within the same folder, create a file called server client ts to define a tRPC instance inside. Okay, or excuse me, for all server side components. Uh-oh, Siri's creeping. Uh-oh. Siri's creeping in the background. Uh-oh. Okay, so we got localhost, boom. Note, you will need to change the URL. Localhost, sure thing. We're gonna have to do that on a lot of URLs, but that's fine, okay. In this case, you should conditionally select the URL as follows. Your production URL, got it. Nice, okay, so we'll remember that down the road. I'll put a to-do next to it. URL for prod, boom. Server side or server tRPC example. Let us run our procedures. Let's find out. Okay, so looks like this is just going to be a page here. So I'm going to go ahead and put test as our page. Guys, we got 20% and we're going 40 minutes deep. So this is getting a little bit longer than I wanted. A page.tsx. Is this just an example? Yeah, I think so. Okay, cool. So I'm going to pop this in here, and instead of this, I need to go one folder up. Not a big deal. Let's see, get data, test data. Let's see, it should be doing this in client. It's showing us a client example. We just do tRPC. So you got server client, then we do _client. Got it. Okay, so we'll go. Let's see if these both work. That would be awesome. So we'll say test server, and then we'll also have a folder, and we'll call it test client. And we're gonna do both cases. See if we got it working, right? That'd be so epic. We could wrap it up here, call it a huge win on the night. Okay, let's see. And then this, I'm in the app directory, so I can just do this. And I think that should be your React query property. Okay, let's say, oh, I don't like that. I don't like how you have to split both. I don't like that, but let's see if this works. Let's see. Test server, come on. Fingers crossed, baby. Fingers crossed, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, load on us. Let us see it work. Let us see it work. Come on. Go ahead and get rid of this client one. Yes, move to trash. Come on, baby. Come on. Don't be taking this long on us. Running to test server. Sweet. In our logger.js, we can see it right here thanks to our PW. Come on. So we have our dashboard, and then let's try one more time. Test server. Workbox router is responding to test server. It's a get method and server client. Do we need to put anything in there? URL, we're on localhost, not a problem. Waiting. I don't know if our router's broken or something. Let's see, test data null. No, it looks like it's fetching. But we don't have a user, so that's obviously going to be part of the thing. Okay, so that's still working. Let's try to pop over to test-server now. See if that'll do it for us real quick. That's spicy. That's spicy. Guys, I can't believe we just got tRPC in there. Come on now. Come on now. Come on. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'll catch you on the next one.